Hi YouTubers, it's Evan again for today's video now. So it's one nice big ass cigar for life. I'm drinking some wine right now, 625.5 last time, so nice big ass wine. Pretty cool. So, and yes, for last one 25.5. So nice ramble right here. So I have another pretty important ramble for you guys right now. So a lot of people like these rambles. Not really tobacco related, but I know a lot of people like these rambles, like Fred. I know my subscriber Fred, he really likes these rambles. So buckle up, guys. Nice ramble, big ass ramble. So I want to talk about this right now. So basically I want to talk about education. So the difference between people who are educated as opposed to people who are uneducated. So basically there are many people in this world. I mean, hell, there are probably 6-7 billion people in this world, and some people are very educated, and some people are very uneducated. There's people who are mature, people who are immature. I know a lot of immature people over the years. You know, I've known people who are, very mature for their age. I know people who are downright, assholes. So, what I want to talk about right now is difference between education and uneducation. So, basically, people who are very smart, very sophisticated, very skilled, versus people who are just kind of not really dumb. I'm not going to use that word, but people who are just what's the word? Not very educated. So you get the point. Has the name. So big ass cigar for life. I want to talk about some examples right now of education versus uneducation. So I'm gonna give you some examples and give me your thoughts. So I know a lot of people like these rambles. So nice big ass rambles, the big ass cigar. So basically, mental health, smoking, medical, overweight or obesity, etc., and also medical scare and moderation. So let me start. So big ass cigar for life. I want to talk first about mental health. So, or mental illness in general. So, I have mental health issues myself. I have bipolar, and I'm not a crazy person by any stretch of the imagination. I'm actually very stable. So, right now, 25 and a half. I wasn't always like that. But, I've had a very rough life as a kid with my mental health issues. But you know what? At 25 and a half, I'm very stable. So some people who are uneducated might think, oh, everybody who has mental health issues is a crazy school shooting, effing lunatic. So that's uneducation. So people who are uneducated think, oh, everybody who has mental health issues is a Columbine shooter. So that's really, ignorant. That's our word for it. Ignorant, uneducated, not somebody who's not brought up the right way. So we get the point. It's just because somebody has mental health issues. Cargo, by 1 sec. I apologize. Just because somebody has mental health issues or has a diagnosed mental illness doesn't mean they're going to be, crazy. Because not everybody who has mental health issues is crazy. That's just an ignorant stereotype. Also, stereotypes are a good word for it. So, not everybody who is or going to run off, has mental health issues is dangerous or untrustworthy. That's just a stereotype. So, people might think, just because somebody has a problem with alcohol, that everyone's going to have a problem with alcohol. So it's stereotyping. It's not appropriate. So while I don't encourage, anybody, especially somebody under 18, to do anything like that, it's like, when you're over 18, over 21, making your own decisions within some reason, as long as it's not hurting other people. So, and, people might have their own tastes, their own preferences. People might say, well, if somebody is overweight or if somebody is smoking, I would never date them, or be, I never date them. I would never do anything like romantically with them. It's just not my preference. I find it really unattractive, really gross, really uncomfortable. But people have the right to make their own decisions. So just because somebody has mental health issues doesn't mean, oh sorry, someone just fell. Just because somebody has mental health issues doesn't mean they're crazy. So there's plenty of people who have mental health issues who are very stable, who are lawyers, teachers, doctors, who are extremely stable. So, and just because somebody has mental health issues doesn't mean they're crazy. So next thing we'll talk about alcohol. So obviously you have to be 21 to drink alcohol like I am. So I'm over 21, 25 and a half last time. So I can legally have a glass of wine. And obviously, you want to be careful. You want to drink in moderation because alcohol can become a very bad problem. So you want to be very careful, be over 21. And some people have a problem with alcohol, and it's one of the worst drugs you have a problem with. It's actually they say if you do have a problem with alcohol, it's one of the worst drugs you can have a problem with, because even though many, 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 many people, including me, can drink responsibly, there are many people who have a very big problem with it. So it's, can become like an addiction. So same thing as smoking or drugs, that kind of stuff. Cargo, my 1 sec. So, alcohol for myself as an over 21-year-old adult, it's something that's never been a problem for me. I've always been able to drink in moderation, not drink and drive ever. Obviously, that's very bad. And, I'm obviously a 21 plus adult, and I'm 25 and a half last time. So I have a legal ID, I can buy alcohol, and it's never been a problem for me. But some people, stereotype. They say like, well, every person who's Irish, for example, I'm Irish, Evan, not going to say my last name, you get the point. So everyone who's Irish, has a problem with alcohol. Everyone who's Irish is going to become aggressive when they're on alcohol. Hit their wife. It's like that's an ignorant stereotype. There's many, many people, my dad included. My mom, a lot of people I know who can drink 1 drink a day or a couple drinks a week and never be a problem for them. So, for some people, including people in my family I've known, over the years, people I've known, unfortunately, it has been a problem with them. Alcohol can be a very good thing in moderation. It's not, like the same thing as drinking a glass of water or eating an apple, It's like, for some people it can be an enjoyable thing to relax. But, some people, it's a very bad problem. So, there's some people who, with alcohol, it's really, really bad. So, and obviously, they say a little bit of red wine is actually very good for you in moderation. So, yes, a little bit of red wine is actually very good for you in moderation. So, there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of wine occasionally, as long as you're 21 or over. It's like, again, when you do it yourself when you're an adult, it's very different. So, this is not to promote, underage drinking by any stretch of the imagination. You're a kid, kid, you should be playing video games, you should be playing with your friends, you should be hanging out with your friends, and doing what kids are supposed to be doing. That's what kids should be doing, not what adults should be doing. Smoking, tobacco smoking, drinking alcohol, not doing things that are healthy, like overeating, is an adult thing. So, what you do yourself when you're an adult, when you're my age, when you're 25 and a half, like I said before, my rambles before, it's like, is different, because I'm an adult, I can make my own decisions, yes, I live with my parents still, but it's like, you're an adult, you can make your own decisions, within some reason, as long as you're with your parents have to have the right to give you rules, you have to respect your parents, which is good. So, but some people are ignorant, they're like, well, everybody, car going by, well, everybody who has any mental health issues, who drinks any amount of alcohol, is going to become like, a full-blown alcoholic, and they're going to start, like hitting their wife. That's just ridiculous. So, it's ridiculous. It's like, what? It's ignorant. So, and car going by 1 sec. I apologize. A lot of people are out tonight. It's like, it's just an ignorant stereotype. So, not to say that alcohol can't be a problem, just like mental health issues can't be a problem. There are some people who are my age, who have mental health issues, who I've known over the years, who have a lot of problems. So, not saying this is to encourage bad behavior by any stretch of the imagination. I'm liable if anything happens to you. Do not sue me. This is just general information, what I know. So, just ramble, nice big-ass cigar ramble. It's kind of like, I know people who have mental health issues who are very, very unstable. So, also, same thing with smoking, I'm going to get into smoking now. It's like, I've been able to cut way back on smoking because of my health scare with my high blood pressure. It's like, I've been able to cut way back on smoking, I cut back to 1 pipe a day, 1 cigar a day, because my doctor really told me, listen, Evan, you are starting to get high blood pressure at your age. So, and high blood pressure is a very, very dangerous thing. Can cause stroke, heart attack, diabetes. What I was going to say was, even though that at my age I'm probably not going to have a heart attack, but I definitely want to cut back on smoking, because smoking became kind of an obsession for me. And while there's a lot of people who can occasionally have a cigar like once a week, and like people said in the pipe smoking community, nice big ass pipe community, big ass cigar community on YouTube, I would never wish the addiction upon people for cigarette smoking, because it's a horrible addiction. I know a lot of pipe and cigar smokers. I think the Peace Pipers did this a couple of years ago, the Peace Piper on YouTube. So it's like, I would never wish the addiction of cigarette smoking on people. I know a lot of pipe and cigar smokers say it's not like that. So, I went 10 hours without smoke. It was hard because I am somewhat addicted to nicotine. So, but I'm not somebody, or better, who is like, crazy full-blown nicotine addict. So, and probably because I don't inhale. So I am getting nicotine through my gums, my saliva. I'm not actually directly going like that. So, well, it almost blew off. It's kind of like, people stereotype. People who are uneducated might say, well, everybody who smokes, one puff off a cigarette is going to become like a nicotine addict. And that's just ignorant. So, okay, the minute you take a puff off a cigarette, you're hooked, you're smoking a pack a day, no exceptions. That's kind of ignorant. It's just an ignorant stereotype. So, it's like, it's like, people say, like, well, everybody who has, this and that is it like this and that. It's like, it's like people who, like to tease me because I'm whatever. It's like, same thing with obesity, everybody who eats, one cheeseburger, one cheeseburger is going to be like 500 pounds. So, eating one cheeseburger is a gateway to eating 10 cheeseburgers. Same thing as people saying marijuana is a gateway to heroin. So, it's just an ignorant stereotype. Not saying everybody's like that. There are plenty of people who move on from marijuana to heroin. So, it's like, there's many, many people I've known over the years who it's not like that. Many people have gone from marijuana to cocaine to OxyContin to heroin. Very, very, very bad stuff. Illegal, bad, no, that kind of stuff. It's very bad. Not to mention it's illegal. So, these pipes and cigars, even though they may be bad for you, there is that risk of, over time, of oral cancer, and also throat cancer, that kind of stuff. But at least they're legal. I mean, like, drugs, that's why I said in our video a couple days ago, it's like, it's something that's never been a problem for me. So, and while I'm fully aware that it's probably unhealthy to smoke one cigar a day and one pipe a day, I don't want to, be associated with people who are drug users. So, these drugs are bad. And I know that tobacco is a drug, nicotine is a drug, and same thing with marijuana. People can say what they ever want to say about marijuana. I have nothing against it. I voted yes on question 4, now it's legal, so it won't become available until 2018. It's like, but you get the point. It's like, just because marijuana may be legal now in Massachusetts, it's kind of like, let people make their own decisions that are 21 over. And in terms of people under 18, under 21, you should be playing video games, hanging out with your friends, doing what kids should be doing. Playing video games, hanging out with your friends, playing basketball, doing sports. That's what kids do. So now adults do. Because I'm 25 and a half. Believe what you want to believe. Same thing with obesity. People who are uneducated say, like, well, everybody who is 30, 40 pounds overweight is going to be like 300 pounds. That's not true. It's like, it's the same thing with saying, like, everybody who, has one, sexual partner in their life is going to be promiscuous. So, that's really not true. It's like, just because somebody, may have, like a one-night stand with somebody, doesn't mean somebody's going to be, like, promiscuous. It's like, I've known people over the years who are like that, who become really, really addicted to that kind of stuff. It becomes a habit, That's why I wanted to cut down on smoking, because it became like a habit, like addiction. So, I don't enjoy being addicted to nicotine. So, and I also don't enjoy coughing, blowing out phlegm through my nose. I don't enjoy, waking up coughing. I also don't enjoy, like, having a scratchy throat, having a sore throat. So, it's kind of like, you get the point where I'm not, like, smoking 2 packs a day, and people might be uneducated and say, well, you're just killing yourself, dude. It's kind of like, I want to stop it in time, nip it in the bud, because I don't enjoy, being heavily addicted to nicotine. So, and, like, I'm not somebody who's ever interested in trying any kind of drugs because they're bad for you. It's like, let people make their own decisions. Obviously, I'm an adult for the last time. Believe what you want to believe, but I'm an adult. So, I'm over 18, over 21. I look young for my age, I admit. So, I mean, I look younger than 25, probably because I do look young for my age. But I mean, you get the point. It's kind of like adults do what they want to do. Kids should be playing sports and playing video games. So, next thing is like medical scares. Some people would say, who are uneducated, oh, my medical scare, my high blood pressure, oh my god, you're going to have like a massive heart attack next week. It's like, is that possible? Yes. It's like, I noticed when the high blood pressure, I was having a little bit of chest pain. But it's like, the chance of somebody who's not even 26 years old, he's going to be 26 next April. I'll be 26 next April 3rd, so April 3rd, 2017. It's like, the chance of almost a 26, not even 26-year-old having a massive heart attack, is it possible? Yes. It's like, could I wake up tomorrow with cancer? Yes. Is it very likely? No. Because generally, when you do your body when you're 25, not to encourage bad behavior, but it's like, that's very different when you do your body when you're 50, 60, 70 years old. So, because the older you get, as your body starts to shut down more, not to encourage bad behavior, but it's like, the higher your risk goes. So, just like, any study will tell you, statistics will tell you, it's kind of like, the higher your risk goes. So, it's kind of like, yes, is it possible for somebody who's 24 years old to die of a massive heart attack, meaning one cheeseburger? Of course it is. It's possible for you to get hit head-on by a drunk driver, driving back home from work. That's possible, but it's not very likely. So, it's one of those 1 in a million chances. You're not to encourage bad behavior, you get the point. So, it's like, same thing, people say, hey Evan, you really should, try to eat a little bit healthier. But, I say to myself, yes, I want to lose weight, I want to lose about 30 pounds, but you know what, I'm not 400 pounds, so it's like, a lot of people might say, well, you look more overweight. I'm not, so, and like for the last time, not interested in, freaking gym fetish material, I don't want to be gay. Nothing wrong with being gay, I mean, I don't have anything against people who are gay, but for the last time, be very clear about this. I have been getting some comments on YouTube that are a little bit explicit, so, yeah, getting a little of those sexual comments again on YouTube, so, kind of bothers me a little bit, because I'm not gay for the last time. People on YouTube tend to be a little bit provocative of me on YouTube, and not to go into a big ramble about this because I'm talking about something else, but it's like, I want to make it very clear to my subscribers I'm not gay, so, it's fine if you're gay, I respect that, it's perfectly fine to be gay, I really have nothing against gay people at all, but just be very clear about this, I'm not gay. I may sound like I have a higher pitched voice, or I may sound metrosexual, whatever, but I'm not gay. I'm not into gym fetish material. I know I have some bodybuilders who are following my channel. It's like, I want to be very, very clear that I am not gay. So, it's same thing like being overweight, smoking, medical issues, overweight, obesity, medical scares, that kind of stuff, moderation in general, and mental health issues. It's like, just because somebody has these problems doesn't mean they're dangerous. So, it doesn't mean, they're going to die of a heart attack when they're 30 years old. So, it's like, I've been overweight my entire life, maybe due to medication, so, I've been overweight my entire life. I've had, I've taken on medication over the years, my mental health issues, my bipolar, and, my just general issues in general, so I've gained weight. And it's different with somebody who is, purposely trying to say, okay, let's see how big I can get. So, because that's just careless. I mean, that's just being kind of stupid, honestly. Not to be rude. Somebody who is just, sitting on the couch, eating a bag of Doritos, eating, 5 hamburgers a day, and drinking soda all day long, that person's just trying to gain weight. They're just being a lazy ass, like a big ass cigar. So, yeah, it's like, you feel bad for the person because they're 350 pounds, but it's like, they kind of purposely made themselves overweight. Same thing with smoking, you wonder why you have lung cancer at 40 years old, because you smoked 3 packs a day, so you get the point. I mean, you wonder why you have a heart attack at 35 years old, because you were 300 pounds overweight, so it's like, moderation is a key. Don't overdo things. I love hamburgers. I love food. I love fast food. I love soda. I mean, I'm so damn lucky I haven't gotten cavities. I mean, I brush my teeth every single day, but, yeah, I brush my teeth every single day, almost 20 minutes long, sorry. It's like, I brush my teeth every single day, but I'm damn lucky I haven't gotten cavities yet. So, I mean, because I drink a ton of soda, so it's like, I'm aware it's unhealthy, but, I have a valid reason why. Like, same with my parents still, it's not because I'm a high school dropout, that's not because I'm just mooching off my parents, I'm lazy ass like the big ass they are. It's like, I have a valid reason why. So, it's like, I have special needs, I have high-functioning autism, I have bipolar, I have mental health issues, severe OCD. And it's like, you get the point. It's kind of like, at a certain point, people can believe what they want to believe. People can say, like, well, this is probably just a high school dropout. This is probably someone who just dropped out of high school and he's lying. Same thing with my age. Warburton's a little bit loud, I apologize for that. It's like, people can believe my age. It's like, I keep saying I'm 25 and a half every video. I drink alcohol in my videos. I say as a disclaimer, as a legal disclaimer, I am 25 and a half last time, almost 26. And, people can believe what they want to believe. I'm aware I look young for my age. It's like, people can believe whatever they want to believe. Maybe you grew up in a different household than me. It's like my parents are very liberal. I mean, one thing about my parents is they're very liberal. Same, good example there. People might say, like, oh, this is somebody, every family is really tough. Every family, has corporal punishment. So, it's like, that's ignorant, because there are a lot of families who are very liberal. I've known families over the years. I know people around here, my neighborhood, my nice big-ass neighborhood, like the big-ass cigar, and here in Massachusetts, who are very, very strict. So, I know people who are a hell of a lot more stricter than my family. So, again, this is for adults. It's like, you're a kid, you should be playing video games, playing sports, hanging out with your friends, learning how to have a girlfriend. It's different when you're an adult. When you're an adult, it's like, same thing, people might say, like, I'm encouraging people to smoke. I'm not really not, because my reviews are just to give the opinion. So, anyway, that's about it. So, Big Ass Cigar for Life by 22 minutes long. Big Ass Cigar for Life by Big Ass Cigar for Life. A nice ramble.